With me today I have a Weiddw laser level. I'm curious about using these because I have a shop build that's coming up and I'd like to make sure everything can keep level. Now the vendor isn't sponsoring or paying for this video, but they were kind enough to send me this to check out and do a review on. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look inside. Yeah, that's how you do packaging. Just nice case, it fits exactly inside the box. I like that. Okay, so this is what came inside the box. It's just the manual, product operation manual, and then this case. This is pretty cool. So this is what it looks like inside the case. I'm gonna go ahead and take off some of the plastic wrap. So this is what comes out of the case. You have the unit itself, you have 2 batteries, there's a remote control, there's a height adjusting platform. Here's a magnetic platform that also has level adjustment and rotation adjustment. There's magnets here. You can have the platform go up and down vertically or in and out away from a wall. You have a small tabletop mount in case you need to have precision rotation on a table, or you can mount this to a pole or tripod. We mentioned the product manual before, and then the unit also has a power adapter. And it looks like this little attachment is just a threaded post just to put on top of another tripod mount. So that'll come in handy. So now for operating the leveler, go ahead and turn on the unit. So you can see this has audio indication for leveling. And on these pedestals, you can pivot these around. Now these aren't the best tools for this. I would probably use a tripod that has micro adjusters on it already, but these devices do work and they are pretty smooth. So these aren't horrible. Okay, with the remote, I can switch between horizontal or vertical. There you go, here's another horizontal measuring. So there's two levels. Of course, this is 4D, I believe. There's both horizontal indicators. You can see there. Okay, and then if we go switch to vertical, you can see there. So there's vertical, there's a cross vertical, and then there's XY vertically. So you can see there. So yeah, this is pretty cool. This will allow you to make a lot of different measurements. I'm actually curious to see if this will work with even woodworking and measuring different planes of when I'm doing woodwork, or if I have to keep something level or at a certain angle. So I can see how this would be handy in a lot of different situations. When you have either of the modes selected, you also have a dimming feature. This is the out button here. So that can increase the output or decrease the output. And of course, all these functions can be done just by depressing on the unit here. So you can have horizontal and vertical modes activated at once. And now I feel like I'm gonna get attacked by a Borg spaceship. Anyway, this is pretty cool. So when working with the laser leveler, sometimes you'll probably be inside when you're laying out measurements for setting up a room or something like that. But sometimes you want to work outside and have the appropriate alignment and be able to see this laser when you're working on site. So I'm going to go ahead and test this outside so you can see what the laser is like and how it balances and functions outside. Ideally, you'd want a tripod, and I have them. They have like the screw ones where you can kind of balance and tilt. I would get one of those instead. But since I'm just demoing out the laser light, you don't necessarily need that right now. It will level on its own anyway, so it's not a big issue. It's just a matter of aligning it the right way to level the way you want it to. Okay, so you can kind of see the laser light here and how effective it is. And basically this one's set up right now to kick out in 4 directions. So you can kind of see that there. And these are horizontal and vertical. You can kind of see them all working here. See them on my shirt, this is black. So you can kind of see how that is there. And it's beeping when it's moving around to tell you, hey, this isn't quite right yet, right? So you can kind of see that on my shirt here. In my hand. So I'm going to step back out into the light. Actually, I'm going to move this further away. That way the camera doesn't have to move. And so this is 3 feet behind the camera. And you can kind of see, I'm not sure if you can see that on my shirt. Kind of see that on my hands. So as far as daytime, this is pretty good. And if I go out into the sunlight, see, I can still see it. And in the sun, I lose it a little bit. So you're going to want to have a little bit of shade. And right about there, I can see it there. So as far as distance goes, that's good, but you're gonna probably have to have something that'll shade the area if you're doing a wide area and you're aligning something like that. But at nighttime, it'll be a lot easier. The laser is definitely visible within the day. This will allow you to do work on various projects during the day, so that's nice to know. And as far as how the light is seen, you'll still be able to see that in the day. Just make sure you put a little bit of shade where if you have to kind of cover the sun, like the direct sun, you're not gonna be able to see that, of course. But yeah, this works pretty well. So I hope this video helped answer some of the questions you had about this unit, and if it's the right one for you.